Introduction. This project AR is applied to advertise Malaysian food pointing at its role in culture, describing how certain dishes are made. In this case, AR enhanced tour experience and offer tourists a richer cultural experience of place they visit. The type of prototype chosen is a low fidelity lo-fi prototype defined as a paper-based layout of the application. One key method within HCI for usability assessment is heuristic evaluation, which relies on expert analysis to detect potential issues. This approach improvement but also set for redesigning prototype. For user feedback technique like think aloud method, heuristic evaluation becomes useful tool in iterative design. So this is the low fidelity prototype. First, introduction page, app called Aroma Malaysia, which focuses on showcasing Malaysia cuisine. The login page contains spaces for users to input their email or phone number and password, plus option to reset the password. Next, sign up page. User to input their full name, email address and password, and then forget password part page. User can recover the account. Home page. The Start Now button will route users directly to begin the exploration of the selected cafes. Then the Discover page. The Discover More button invite users to dig deeper into food trails. Discover food page. QR code enabling to see its origins, ingredient listing and step-by-step cooking through AR. And then Discover culture page. Each image has a QR code embedded with a AR feature enabling viewers to scan ingredients and how it prepared. Food preparation page, QR code that enables user to see step-by-step preparation. And then the food recipe suggestion page, QR code with AR that allows user to view immersive recipe instructions or step-by-step visual guide. And then food pairing suggestion page, QR code that can show how to prepare each course or information about each course pairing. And then the route planning page, the search button activate the planning process, while the AR function makes it interactive by allowing users to visualize routes. Food trail page, navigation support is given through a small interactive map at the bottom left, showing the position of the user to the destination.
Food spot detail. This app helps the user discover food spot and restaurant by displaying detail like image, rating, delivery fee, and operation hours on the food spot detail page. Simply scroll through the listing, check detail of interest, and tap Discover More for education option or menus. Use the home button for navigation or the card icon to view order. My profile page. This app provides a visualization profile with viewers viewing safe activity, manage favorite seating language different restoration, and update location for better suggestion. User can also clear chat and restore to maintain privacy and free up space and log out when needed. Simply tap a menu item to access the function. Will I take care? Icon open edition setting. Edit profile page. To edit to your profile, tap the profile picture to upload or take a photo. Update your detail like first name, last name, username, email, and phone number by typing each field and entering the information. Save change. If a save button appears, use the change button at the button to update your password. Access edition setting via a 3 dot at the top left and use the X at the top right to exit.
The first expert evaluation identified two main issues based on usability heuristics. The first, rated 4 critical, is the lack of system status visibility on the introduction page, leaving users unsure of what is happening. To fix this, we redesigned the page by adding a Get Started button that will show users the next step. The second issue, rated 3 major, is the cluttered design of the home page. To improve the aesthetic and minimalist design, We remove unnecessary elements like the back to login button. The second expert evaluation highlighted two critical issues. First, the homepage had an unnecessary back to login button, which we remove as the homepage will only appear after a successful login. The second issue was the lack of clear guidance on the login page, where users were unsure of the next step after entering their details, and two buttons with similar functionality, which is back to home and back button, were present. To address this, we redesigned the login page by adding a clear login button to indicate the system is processing the details inserted by the user, and remove the redundant back to home button.
Hello, my name is JOEYNER. So today I'm going to talk about some feedback we got regarding the login page and password reset feature. I'll break it down into two main points, one about user control freedom and the other one is aesthetic and minimalist design. So let's start with user control and freedom. One issue that was pointed out is related to the back to login button. So when user click this button, it's not clear if the information has been saved or not. Basically, the button takes them back to the login page, but they don't know whether any changes or action they took have been saved. This might cause some confusion for user because they wouldn't know if they're able to log in right away or if they need to do something else. This issue was rated with a 3, which is considered medium level problem. It's not a huge issue, but it can still be annoying for user because it makes them unsure about what happened after they click the button. So to fix this, we suggest adding a cancel button next to the reset password button. This would allow the user to stop the process at any time and it would take them back to the login page. By adding the cancel button, users will know that they can go back to the login page immediately without worrying about whether the changes have been saved or not. Now let's talk about the design of the login page. The good news here is that the design was actually great. There were no issue with how the login page looked or how it functioned. The page is simple, clean and easy to use. It followed the standard design practices which make it feel familiar and intuitive for the user. This part got severity rating of 0, meaning there would absolutely no problem with the design. The interface is aesthetically pleasing with just the right amount of information and option. After redesigning the process, we made some important changes to the button. We removed the back to login button because it wasn't really necessary and could confuse users. The problem was that users didn't always know if their action was saved when they clicked the button, which could disrupt their flow. Instead of the back to login button, we added a cancel button. The purpose of the cancel button is to give user a clear and immediate way to stop what they're doing. When user click cancel, it stops whatever process they're in, like resetting a password. So for the next feedback is the problem. The heuristic evaluation is consistency and standard. So the problem with the back to login button, it's not really needed and it can confuse user. They don't expect to go back to login while they're using the app, so it messes up their flow. This problem was rated 4, meaning it's a pretty big issue. So to fix it, we should remove the button and make sure the navigation matches what the user is doing. Next, there's a problem with the design. The screen looks too crowded with lots of icons, like the trending fire icon and different food categories. This makes it hard for users to focus on the main things they need. This issue was rated 3, meaning it's a medium problem. And the fix here is to make the design simpler by removing some icons and putting related items in a drop-down menu. Next, we decided to remove the back to login button because it was unnecessary and could confuse user. The button wasn't really needed during the process, and its presence could make user uncertain about what would happen if they click it. It was also disrupting the smooth flow of navigation because it wasn't a standard action for user to take at that point. So by removing the back to login button, we make the system more straightforward and easy to flow. User can now focus on the current task without being distracted by an extra button that doesn't really align with what they're trying to do.
The think aloud method helps understand user thoughts as they interact with the system by having them verbalize their experiences, making it easy to identify usability issues. In this project, 10 users participated in 2 sessions to test features like the Get Started button and the login page. Users often found buttons unclear, such as the Get Started button, lacking a clear purpose, and while adding descriptions reduced confusion, it did not completely resolve this issue. Redesigned features like the login button improved usability but still needed additional feedback, such as loading indicators. Simplifying the design by removing unnecessary buttons enhance navigation and user experience overall. This method effectively revealed both strengths and areas for improvement, helping to create a more user-friendly interface. The evaluation process was valuable in improving the design and usability of the interface. Initially, the Lo-Fi prototype was assessed using the heuristic evaluation, which identified key issues like unnecessary buttons, unclear navigation, and a cluttered layout. These findings guided the redesign, making the interface simpler, and the Think Aloud method allowed real users to test the changes, revealing practical issues that experts might have missed, such as the need for clear feedback and better navigation flow. By combining expert insights with user feedback, the design became more aligned with user needs. This process showed the importance of listening to users, simplifying navigation, and providing clear feedback to improve trust and usability. It also highlighted areas for future improvement, such as adding personalization, improving accessibility, and testing with a larger group of users to ensure the design works well for everyone.
For Wi-Fi prototype design, we use Figma apps to create for our project. We have 70 pages in the Figma, and we create exploring reference and digital solution for traditional Malaysia food in tourism. In Figma, we can design and prototype interactive interface for the apps, collaboration with your team in real time to refine the use experience and create use flow for exploring different reference and digital solution. Potential benefit for our project is promotion Malaysia culture, help tourists appreciate the rich history and diversity of Malaysia cuisine, enhance tourism experience, is make food exploitation more interactive and engaging with AR.